Big Slick here, and today's repair was a RV power supply made by Parallax. It's a 12 volt supply, 55 amp is the rating, commonly used in trailers and RVs. I'd never seen a unit exactly like this before, and the approach that I took to this was, the complaint was no output on it, so the first thing I did after pulling it out was to just do a good visual inspection, and the first thing I noticed that absolutely nothing was blown out. Once you realize that nothing is visibly burned out or in any way exploded, at that point my first thought is I'm looking at more passive low voltage components. And stuff like capacitors, ICs, these small surface mount resistors, something there that's basically causing the power supply to not really start up. And I mean, it did have AC input, so it was nothing right at the front end. So we weren't talking anything in the bridge rectifier, the main filter condensers, any power filtering on the input, which this is just some capacitors, and it has an inrush limiter here. But at this point I was looking at more the startup circuit, and that turned out to be exactly correct. There were two bad Chinese low quality capacitors. I installed a brand new green low ESR right here that I'm pointing at, and right here by the IC is another brand new green low ESR capacitor that I installed. That turned out to be problems. The problem, these original ones were Tocon brand, which I looked that up, and that's on the list of bad capacitors. The small one was a 10 microfarad at 50 volt, and the little larger capacitor, which is a little easier to see here, it's a Tocon, and it is a 220 at 25 volts. This one here is completely open, and the 10 microfarad is getting very high ESR. It was testing around 11 or 12 ESR on my meter, so this was in the process of failing. It was probably still doing something, but that caused the power supply to start up right away and no problems. So now I'll fire it up and show it pulling around 40 amps of current. Actually, when it comes to voltage, the minimum output on these seems to be right around 14 volts, and you can adjust it up a little more. It seemed like, I don't know, maybe 17, 18 with something on the high end, but the output is closer to 14 volts, I think, is what most people seem to want on this. So I'm using this car battery carbon Powell load tester as the actual test load for this. The sound will go off on this after a while because this carbon Powell load tester will start to beep after 10 or 15 seconds, and that simply tells you that you've tested your car battery long enough to get an accurate reading, but it will continue to beep, so we don't want to hear that. But we'll fire it up, show that it's working good, show that it's pulling the right amount of amperage. This analog meter is a bit crude, so I have a digital clamp meter here that will show the DC amperage right there. I'll go ahead and fire it up right now, and like I say, as soon as it starts to beep, I'm going to mute the audio. Okay, so the power supply is fired up right now, and as you see, the output here is 14 volts, nice and strong. So we'll put the clamp meter on. Zeroed out. So what we're going to do here is start to turn up the load. There we go, we're starting to get a load. Voltage is staying nice and stable. Okay, as you'll see, it's getting hot now, so the fans are running. So everything's working exactly as it should, and it's nice and solid at 14 volts. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off now. If you're having trouble with one of these power supplies and you actually want to take the crack at repairing it, first of all, realize that there are live unisolated line voltages involved. So take care for your safety and do not attempt if you do not have the experience to do so. If you see nothing blown out, you will see, like a capacitor exploded, a resistor that's completely fried, a diode that's blown off of the board, burning marks someplace, a MOSFET back underneath the heatsink that's totally shot. If you don't see something like that, if you do, that's where to obviously start, and you'll have to work your way back from there to see what else was taken out beyond that component. There'll always be something more than that, but at least you have a good, easy place to start. On something like this, where there's nothing blown out, a little bit tougher to deal in sometimes. This one was pretty easy. I found these two cheap capacitors that had failed. The other capacitors all tested fine, but then you also, like I say, you want to be testing things such as the small 1.5 watt surface mount resistors. See if any of those went open, which is sometimes a possibility. Bad solder joints, I had first inspected that underneath. That's always a possibility. And then at some point you have to start saying ICs, because if these ICs fail, it won't allow the power supply to start up properly. So that's some troubleshooting notes on something like this. This is a Parallax RV converter power supply. Thanks for watching.